pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. I'll use the word animal because that's what they are. You got to get these people back where they came from. You have no choice. You're going to lose your culture. You're going to lose your country. Does anybody believe in genes? You guys believe in genetics?
A murderer, I believe this. It's in their genes. And we got a lot of bad genes in our country right now.
It's the enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with that hate our country.
Past week, Donald Trump has repeatedly called his fellow Americans the enemy from within, and even said that he would use the United States military to go after American citizens. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is. From the people who know him best, from the people who worked with him side by side in the Oval Office and in the Situation Room. And it is clear from John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist. So the bottom line is this. We know what Donald Trump wants. He wants unchecked power. The question in 13 days will be, what do the American people want?
Joining me now is the reporter who broke this major story, Michael Schmidt, investigative reporter for the New York Times. He recently interviewed John Kelly in 3 on-the-record discussions, which were all, of course, on tape. Michael, it's great to have you here. What a moment for our democracy. You know, this is not the first time the word fascist has come up in the context of Donald Trump, but this is the first time we've heard it on tape from one of his closest advisors. And I wonder if you could, you know, tell me a little bit about how this came to be, because the recording of it seems so essential to the impact of the story. Was it difficult convincing General Kelly to release this to the public?
So I think, to your point, this is all about the audio. These are things that, if you have followed the Trump story, that are sort of widely known. His affinity for Hitler had been reported. A lot of the things that came out had been reported, but they had all been reported in text, sometimes on background. Sometimes Kelly has even put out statements himself, but in writing. But I thought that it's our job as journalists to find new ways to tell important stories to the public about a range of different things. The question of Donald Trump and the, you know, how he would rule and what he would mean to the democracy is obviously a really important one. And I felt like the story was constantly getting bogged down in the text, and it allowed for the trueness of what the facts were not to fully shine through. So I thought that to do this, you had to get the audio of Kelly. You had to hear Kelly's voice. You had to hear him struggling with trying to not only explain Donald Trump's behavior, but sort of push himself to do that. Because we are 2 weeks out from an election. You've never seen John Kelly on television. He's not a talking head. John Kelly didn't sell a book. John Kelly isn't, you know, making the rounds. This is someone, you know, who goes to VFW halls and wants, you know, is talking to young cadets and Marines and doesn't want anything to do with partisan politics, hates partisan politics, maybe, you know, even to a fault. And it took a very, very long time to get to this point. I had asked Kelly to do this over the summer, and he said, you know, Mike, you're a nice guy, but get lost. And you know, we just didn't give up, and we continued to push. But the difference here is the audio. It's the fact that you can hear it, and you can hear it directly from the person. You're not relying on me writing a story about it. You can play it and you can hear it yourself. And in a world in which we in the media are struggling to deal with questions of fact and attacks on the press, I have found that audio is a really helpful way to bring things forward. And I think in this case, it really helped to tell this story and tell it in a way that was new and different.
It sounds like the inflection point in terms of his decision making or his desire to come out was Trump saying over the weekend of October 13th, talking about, let's actually just play the audio, talking about the enemy within.
I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think they're and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
That last part, the military needs to handle the enemy from within. I would imagine for a former military man, that's something that is unconscionable, right?
If John Kelly had a red line, that's over the red line.
Yeah.
For Kelly to hear that a candidate who's running for president, who has already been president, so has some appreciation of what it's like to be president, would, as president, use the military against Americans, just goes against pretty much every bone in his body. This man spent 40 years in the Marines. He has taken on the ethos of a uniformed military officer as much as anyone could, and believes the United States military is something that should do things abroad to defend the United States. And that great power, that sacred power, should not be used domestically against Americans. And that is heading down the path of unraveling the country, unraveling what George Washington wanted for the country.
Yeah.
And he's someone who's steeped in history. And for him, Kelly made a deal with himself. He said, there's two ways that I will speak out. And he has done this over the years. If Trump says something that's wildly inaccurate that relates to me, I will speak out. Or if there's something that he says that really needs to be refuted, that is damaging to the country, I will speak out. And this met that second standard, and that's why we have audio.
Well, that's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed today's segment of the LaWanda Morris Show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and turn on those notifications so that you can see more Black Audacity Magazine YouTube content like the LaWanda Morris Show show up in your feed. I'm LaWanda Morris, and we are unapologetically and unambiguously Black Audacity. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next week. Please stick around for a brief word from our sponsor. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Black Skin Beauty. Black Skin Beauty is that black don't crack kind of beauty, y'all, that we all want, and now that we all can have with Black Skin Beauty's new youthful regimen. Black Skin Beauty can help you get your skin all the way together. Black Skin Beauty offers a revolutionary 3-step youthful skin regimen to help your skin look and feel younger than ever before. Check out their website at www.blackskinbeauty.com. That's BLKSKNBEAUTY.com to enter for a chance to win free products and to get 10% off. Black Skin Beauty, that black don't crack kind of beauty. Check them out on Instagram today at Black Skin Beauty.